Hey everyone! Here is a new video for your eyeballs. I wanted to try something a little different, and I kind of just figured out how to record my screen. I know, lame, but anyways, so today I'm going to be showing you some re-edits that I do every so often to kind of keep my editing skills kind of sharp and just editing often. If I'm not really doing a whole lot, then I'll go back through some old photos and edit some. And sometimes it's just really fun to look at my old work and just kind of laugh and be like, why did I do all this stuff? This is silly, or this is so wrong. I don't shoot like this anymore. But anyways, so this is I'm not going to show all of this stuff because that would take some time, but I'm going to show you some of my favorites that I've recently done. It's basically half indoor and half outdoor, which I personally really love both. But at the time, um, when I was shooting these, which was well over a year ago now, um, I was just starting to shoot studio and stuff like that, and it was such a challenge for me at the time. Um, it's just really hard in general, but I think I've gotten pretty okay at it now. But here's the first one. Originally, I had this as a black and white, and now I've basically colored it because I mean, here's Stephanie, and she did this really awesome makeup, and I mean, you can't really tell in the black and white edit, so it's kind of annoying. I want to show the cool makeup, you know. Um, so I kind of warmed up her skin a little bit, touched it up much better than over here. As you can see, there might be like a little bit of shadowing underneath her eyes. I softened up like her nose here. And her hair it pops out way more, I think, because here it's like a little bit of the shine. Now here it's like bam, super shiny. Um, I don't know if I really like this picture still. Um, I've obviously done way better stuff now, but it's so like I said, it's fun to see what, I was doing, what you're doing like a year or so ago. But this is the first one, and I don't know, it just looks like I really improved the picture. Not to the point where I'm madly in love with it again, but, enough so where I'm like, oh, yeah, that works. This one is of Sarah. She's actually a photographer, but this was such a fun shoot. We basically like modeled for each other, which was super fun. I have been dying to do it again. But anyways, this set's actually is published. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see. Um, I'm honestly so sad when I re-edited this picture because I I totally did not edit her skin. It's just all sorts of blemishes and stuff I would rather now get rid of, whereas back then I was like, it's whatever, I don't know how to do that. So I'm not gonna do it. Um, but in the new edit, obviously you can see like her skin is a lot more flawless and natural. I really, really like this version of it, and I also like darkened up her eyebrows because I don't know if you can see, like, there's not too much of an end here. It's nicer here. Um, I edited like her arm and her chest and her neck and everything like that, and I changed like the actual edit of the colors. I made the flowers kind of pop a bit more and make it a little softer, whereas here it's a little bit harsher. And the green is just not magical to me anymore. But I really love the new edit, and she's just gorgeous in general. This is a newer one. This is one I did today. This is Rachel. This is such a great shoot. This is the first time that we worked together. We worked together twice. Absolute pleasure working with her. Um, this one was like my favorite. Like this was the money shot of this set, honestly, and she liked it a lot too. Um, I just thought the colors were very magical. Her hair is just beautiful. like the way her shoulders closer to her chin was just a nice subtle pose, and then the blue and into the brownish gray in the background was, it just really popped it. So I kind of stuck with the same or similar edit to for the re-edit, but I definitely softened her skin a lot more. Uh, so I don't know. The original one is still pretty awesome, but like she looks so much more magical with her skin all, softened and glamorous and stuff, and her eyes definitely pop out a bit more. I lightened them a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. And her hair stands out better, I think, in this edit because it's kind of like a lightened effect on this one, whereas this one it's just a regular non-lightened effect. I liked this action that I used, a Photoshop action, but I don't know, it just didn't pop it as much as this new one. But seriously, so in love with this one, honestly. This one I'm particularly like in love with because this is one of the first re-edits I had touched up. And this is Nicole. She's absolutely wonderful. Love her to death. Probably the most inspirational human being I've ever met. But besides that, she's gorgeous. And this is when she had her shorter hair. She obviously has longer hair now. Super happy for you, girl. So this, I didn't really edit, honestly, and I feel so stupid now looking at it. I did a lot to this photo in the re-edit, and she's just so much softer, and it's easier on the eyes where this is just too harsh. Her actual eyes are too dark. They almost look black. So what I did is I kind of lightened them up on the eyeshadow area or the lid, and then inside. And then I fixed the white part as much as I possibly could. I matched it and I didn't brighten it, just to have her eyes pop a bit more. And then I brightened up her actual retina. Is it the retina? I don't study eyes, so I don't know. Sorry, guys. I brightened these up and added a little bit more color to them. Not too much, because I didn't want it to pop out too much. But I mean, she's got beautiful green hazel eyes. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that? And then, of course, I softened up the skin as naturally as I possibly could. And then, I don't know if you can see, but here her shoulder is starting, it's pretty much disappeared. Here it came back, and it's not so disappeared or ghost-like. It's enough of a shadow where you can see where her shoulder is. And overall, I really like this a lot better. I actually added it back onto my website for a while because I just loved it so much, and it's such a great headshot. I mean, she's doing such an easy, natural pose here. She's really not doing anything crazy. But yeah, I love this one. This one, oh my god, this is my girl Celeste. She's an amazing makeup artist. I love her to death. Also, I don't know if you could tell here, but she's freaking gorgeous. Just, ugh. All about that. She's just so pretty. Anyways, so this shoot we did as a promo for my magazine. So she did like a little makeup feature. It was a no makeup look. And she's like pretty well known for it. As you can see, she's really not wearing a lot, but she did put makeup on. So I did like a series of pictures of like how to each step. And this was the one where she was putting the powder on her face. And just the pose itself was, she was looking at me, she had the brush already like in motion, and then she has her other hand with her mirror out. And it just looked so natural to me. So what I did was, the original edit is still pretty nice, but I found that she had a bit of shine on her, around her nose and on her forehead and stuff like that. So I softened it up a little bit and evened out the skin tone a bit more. And then I darkened up her eyes a little bit. mascara, and then that kind of thing. And then her eyebrows, just a tad. But that's really all I did, but I think it honestly pops out her eyes a lot more. I'm pretty proud of this photo, although I haven't put it back on my website. I don't know, maybe I should. Let me know, guys, if this is a really good photo for my website. I don't know. I go back and forth. I change it so often, like every other week. So maybe I'll love it on my website next week. Maybe I'll love it, or not love it the next week. I don't know. Photographer problems. All right, moving on. This is Camilla. Camilla is just so exotic looking, and I love her. This is the first shoot we did together, and she actually came out to LA here, and we did another shoot at Griffith Park, which was super fun. She actually hadn't gone there yet, and it was like a twofer. We got to shoot, and she got to see Griffith Park for the first time ever. But this is our fall shoot that we did when I was still in Rhode Island, and the original edit's pretty, but it just wasn't magical to me. She's got gorgeous skin too, so I didn't like really do anything originally to her skin. But I honestly took this is actually one I did today, and I really made the colors come alive and pop on her. And then I did soften her skin and even out the skin tone a little bit more. I got rid of like the shadow, not that she has much of a shadow underneath her eyes. And then I darkened up the makeup a little bit, just enough where it still looks pretty natural. And I used a gradient map on here. I'm kind of like obsessed with those recently. Last like, I don't know, it's like 6 months now I've been using them. But I used one that was similar to this Photoshop action here. This has a lighten effect that I used to be like obsessed with. I really don't use that kind of thing anymore. I don't know. I've overused it, and I'm just not into it anymore. But I used a similar kind of edit where the greens and the browns in the background are similar colors. It just brightened up, and then her hair, it added so much more of a brown effect, because she does have really beautiful like dark brown hair, but you wouldn't really tell in this original edit. So I warmed it up a bit, and then her overall like skin tone is much more of a warmer tone. She almost looks kind of, well, she is kind of tan already, so I just made her a bit more tan. I just really love this headshot. She's just beautiful. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this re-edit. All right, here's another one of Stephanie. This is the third shoot we did, which was our last one, and this was before I moved out to LA. Probably one of the last shoots I did at my apartment in Rhode Island, and this was when I had relearned or knew. My bad. I had learned some new lighting techniques, and I was testing them out in this this shoot, and I really liked them at the time. When I look at them now, I'm kind of like, I don't really shoot like that anymore. It's just, But to be completely honest, I might try the similar effect sometime soon, but like brighten up like this side, have it be two lights in front of her, or the subject. But yeah, I kind of really liked this photo because she had a really nice pose going on here. Nice and strong. But here, the original edit is not so hot, honestly. The re-edit, I warmed up her skin, warmed up her hair, warmed up her dress. I softened her skin, evened out the skin tone, and I darkened up the makeup a bit. And just to give a little bit more of a shadowed effect, because she was actually wearing some really nice makeup. She's also a makeup artist on top of a model, so, gotta have those skills. Anyways, so I really like the newer one, although the only thing I don't like with the new edit is that the gradient map I used kind of did this vignette effect and kind of like a brownish yellow over the white, which is kind of to me. But I probably could take that out pretty easily, but I just didn't think of it at the time. Now I'm looking at it, I'm kind of like, I really like that brown effect. But overall, I think it's definitely a pretty big improvement of the original edit, which, like I said, I really do like doing this. It's fun. It keeps my skills sharp, and like it's just fun to see what I used to shoot. And you're like, oh my god, I was so stupid. Why did I do all this? Or, I want to shoot with this person again. All right, on to this picture of Monica. This is actually our last shoot, which was really nostalgic for us. We did 6 shoots. One was published. I think that was our second shoot together in a magazine that I absolutely love. It was actually my first editorial set that was published in a magazine. But she's one of my all-time favorite people to work with. I miss her a lot. She's currently a tattoo artist, and she's incredible. And let's talk about the fact that she has the coolest dreads in the entire world. I think that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to work with her, because I just loved her hair so much, and she actually dyes it pretty often. This time was it was red, which I really liked on her. So we kind of just threw her in some dark clothing and we went outside. We didn't have like any sort of plan for this one. But this original edit is just kind of too dark, and I mean, I probably was going for like a mysterious effect. And then as you can see, like in the background, it was kind of cloudy and gross. Actually, I think it had started to rain at some point, or drizzle a little bit. But I just am not in love with this edit anymore. I went back into the re-edit, and now you can't really see the cloudy clouds. Cloudy clouds. That doesn't make sense. But now it's just kind of very clear, and then I popped out the red and I brightened it up a bit, and I kind of like softened her skin just a little bit to have it just be there. I actually really like this one. This was kind of a lighten effect that I used. I think I did use a Photoshop action. I don't remember. I probably edited this like 2, 3, maybe 4 months ago. So I don't entirely remember what I did. But I just think it's much more of an improvement, because in the original edit, you can't see her red hair really. It looks like a dark burgundy or something, but it really was like true red. Like more of an orange tone red, or a warm tone red. I don't know. I just really like the re-edit so much better. This is my girl Anne. She is incredibly gorgeous, and well, I mean, everyone I work with is amazing and beautiful, but Anne, I chose to do some beauty with Anne because she's done quite a bit, and I was trying to start doing beauty. I'm now obsessed with it, but I think she really kind of introduced me to the love of it here in this set. The original edit I do like still. It just didn't pop out as much to me, so what I did was I made it a little more rosy toned. I realized that the original edit is technically like color balanced the right way, or not the right way, but it's color balanced correctly. And then this one, it just, it's not technically color balanced, but I don't necessarily care about that. I just wanted it to be kind of rosy and pop out a little bit more. And I lightened up her eyes a little bit, not too much, and then I softened her skin, evened it out a bit. Her hair even pops out a bit more. It's just, overall, it's much more magical, and you can actually see more of her silhouette. She was wearing a black top, which, I mean, I don't personally mind. I thought it was really cool and pretty. So yeah, we did this, and I quite miss her a lot. She's just so pretty, and I want to photograph her all the time. Every time I see her pictures in my feed, I'm like, oh, I wish you were here. And then lastly, we have Kara. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. I'm sorry, sweetheart, if I didn't. But I'm pretty sure I pronounced that right. I know it's not Kara because Cara. You know, a lot of people, you know, pronounce it Kara or Kara. Um, this girl is just out of this world, like gorgeous and so talented. She started modeling and she does makeup and all that stuff. She does some special effects, which she's incredible at. She does body paint. But even more so, she's currently a lingerie designer. And she's just killing it. I am so excited every time I see new stuff that she posts and cool things that she's been doing. But so she came over. This was just before I left for LA again too. Um, the original background is like a black and white backdrop with like a pattern, and I just didn't like it for this picture. I love this picture. The shot was just perfect to me. So I just blackened it originally, and I kept that same thing here, but I just wanted to put that in there because not that you would really know, but honestly, like in the original edit, she just didn't. She looked kind of plastic to me. I didn't really edit her skin too well. Um, she's got like some really bright spots around here and like her cheeks and underneath her eye here, and like there's really no difference between the chin and her neck. So I wasn't too hot on this edit, and I wanted to lighten up her eyes and not make them so dark because they were just a little too bold for me. So in the re-edit, I lightened everything up here, so I didn't really do too much. There is no Photoshop action here. There is no gradient map. I just did simple edit here. So her hair you can actually see now. You can see like the suspender. You can see more of her tattoo, or her tattoos, because she's pretty heavily tattooed. There is a little bit of contrast. There's more of a shadow, and I evened out her skin tone a bit better. Her nose actually shows up a bit more, and the hot spots really aren't there anymore. That and her eyes are a bit lightened up, which is I like a lot better. It's not so in your face. And her hair kind of matched with her face, whereas here it was just everything was just so dark and bold. I can tend to be really into that kind of look, so I really appreciated that I had changed that up and made this a little bit more natural. But yeah, I mean, I like it a lot better. I think it's a bit more natural and soft, not so in your face. And at this point, like I said, I was still like really learning studio work, and it was difficult for me even with editing the editing portion because I was like, I don't really know what to do here because outdoor is so much easier. There's not as much to edit. You just edit the subject, you know, or if you want to really go above and beyond, you edit, you know, stuff in the background or something like that, you know. But that usually doesn't happen too often. But yeah, I mean, these are my 10 favorites that I've done in the past like 6 months or so. I honestly believe that my editing has improved greatly. Um, I can't really go much further into it than that. I'm always trying to learn new techniques and try different things. Improve like retouching, like skin retouching, which I think I've done pretty good. Um, Darkening, contrast. They use curves now, whereas I didn't used to. I still use the high pass technique to like sharpen pictures, but I don't think I will ever stop using that technique. And just even like makeup retouching, I've gotten a lot better on. But overall, I don't know. This is not really my style anymore. I started, you know, very this is like my experimental stage, I'd say. I was trying all sorts of different things and looks because I'm into a lot of things. So you know, I'm always constantly being like, oh, I want to try this because I haven't done it yet, you know. And I get really excited and I try it and I'm like, maybe, or I really fall in love with it and I start doing it more. But these say to me that, you know, I was still kind of exploring myself and all that stuff. Whereas now I shoot, like, I have such a different style now. I can actually show you. So this is a recent photo that I had taken. This is my studio work now, and this is so much different from, you know, the studio work from when I was first doing it. Like, actually, I should just do the originals. I'm silly. You know, like seeing these, like this black and white compared to, you know, this black and white, super different, you know. I personally really like my style currently, and I think I've really solidified what I like to shoot and how I shoot and my process. But of course, you know, as an artist, I'm always changing things and always improving. So it's, I mean, there's always that room for something new and different and improved. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. I've kind of debated doing like editing sessions, like an edit with me where I chit chat about stuff and you can watch me edit some pictures, that kind of thing. Let me know if you want to see something like that. So let me know if you liked this. 1, 2, like this video if you liked it. 3, subscribe for more videos like this one or similar to these, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!